you know that we're saying goodbye to the ways of thinking like an employee, right? We don't want to live that way any longer. Or, we don't even want to be managers, those of us who are going into leadership. We don't want to have to make our, people on our team feel some type of way when we're just trying to lead them in the right direction, right? So, all right, hold on. I want to spotlight myself, but like I want to be able to see y'all, like all y'all at the same time. It makes me feel good. Okay, so right. So we're going from that employee mindset to the entrepreneur mindset, but we don't sometimes know how to get there, or we're trying to figure out what more do we need to get there. And this picture, wow, I'm looking at the word picture on my notes. This book really like sets it all out. Like I was like, this is amazing. Why are we not reading this? But it's actually becoming more popular amongst the group and people are talking about it. So, there's 11 chapters, I believe, and each chapter focuses on a different type of thinking. So we go from big picture thinking to focused thinking, then creative thinking, realistic thinking, strategic thinking, possibility thinking, reflective thinking, questioning popular thinking, shared thinking, unselfish thinking, and bottom line thinking. Now, for me, what I decided to do was every time a new chapter opened up, I thought about, do I do these types of thinking well? Because some of them I was like, okay, I think I'm a big picture thinker. I believe that. I believe I'm a realistic thinker, but like when it comes to focus thinking and the way that he broke it down, I was like, I don't know if I do it that much. I don't think I do it that well. But, I tried. Or even shared thinking, which to quickly explain it is when you mastermind and you tell your mentors or you tell someone that believes in you about, your goals and your dreams so that they can share that, things that they know about what you want to do. Because we don't know what other people know until we share it with them, until we open our mouths and we have those conversations. You can want to write a book, but you don't know who to talk to. You want to put out an ebook, which I know Chastity is about to put one out, which is really dope. But if you don't know, Desta on the team, she has 2 books that she sells. So if I want to write a book, I'm gonna call her up like, sis, how did you do it? I need to know, and that's that power of shared thinking where you get with other people and you share your ideas and it kind of just morphs into this bigger idea. Now you can really see whatever it is that you envision. So some of the other gems that I was able to get from this, because I listened to this like full through one time on a drive from one side of town to the other without being able to take notes. And then not too long ago, I was like, let me actually sit down and listen to it again and write it down, because there was so much in here that I was like, I need to have this tangible for me to read, because sometimes we listen to so much stuff on a day-to-day basis, we lose it all. We lose it all for sure. So I need to have it written down so I can see it again. Now, I like this one. He said a really big gem in the very beginning of the book. Like it was like first sentence out the gate, he was giving value. I love when books do that. I'm like, damn, why you have to hit me so hard? But he said, the only people who believe thinking is easy are those who don't habitually engage in it. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Yep, because sometimes we talk to people and we're like, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And like, nah, you could just do that. Or why don't you just choose the easy way out? Don't think too much about it. And it's because they're not in that situation. So they can't think the way that you're thinking about whatever the situation is. Yeah, I got you. The only people who believe thinking is easy are those who don't habitually engage in it. Yes, Sana, she just hopped on. She's like, okay. So Sana, quick recap. We're talking about the book How Successful People Think. Yeah. Okay. And then they talk about it, they put in a quote from Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said, thinking is a hard thing to do. That is why most people don't do it. You couldn't find the book, girl. Why are you? Hold on. Maybe if I give you the author, that'll help you because it's there. Um, how successful people think. Hold on, let me see if y'all can see that. You see it? That's how it looks. I know it's a little blurry because of the words, but let me get the actual author because on the audio app, it doesn't always tell you the exact author, which is quite interesting. I think it's like a copyright thing, but it's okay. The information is there. Oh, actually, y'all, it's a John C. Maxwell book. I should have known that. The name of the app is, oh, let me put it on here. Musi. I don't know how it's supposed to be said, but yes, it is on YouTube. C. John recommended the app because you can like lock your phone and like go on the go with it. It's interesting. But yeah, that Albert Einstein quote really hit me because a lot of people screenshot the app. I got you right now. A lot of people, you know, anybody that makes like decisions quickly, but they're not good decisions. It's like they kind of just said like, fuck it. Because it would have taken them too long or longer to have really thought about doing the right thing or, you know, going a step further. And that's kind of like why even in this business, when we talk to people and, you know, they were like, well, let me see if I can make money right now. And it's like, well, you can, but I'm not going to guarantee that, you know, because people want microwave results. You know, we live in the day and age where we all have cell phones. We want an answer to something, you pick up the cell phone and go, hey, Google. And, you know, you get it within 30 seconds. You get the answer that you're looking for. And even that doesn't require thinking. Like, quick example, when I was younger, right? Like my mom, y'all, she's a very intelligent woman, like one of the most intelligent people that I know. And she has a master's degree and it's from one of the best colleges out here in Orlando, Florida. Like it's a prestigious school. Like they don't just be letting anybody in. And anytime that she would use a word and I wouldn't understand it, the first thing she would tell me to do is look it up. Now, I didn't have a cell phone, y'all, but we had a lot of encyclopedias, the thesaurus. We had oh my God, what are those books called? Dictionaries. We had a ton of those. And anytime I needed help with stuff, that's how I was getting the answer. And till this day, I still keep dictionaries in my house just for that reason, because sometimes the internet don't know everything. Okay. I believe that. So, but I had to take that extra step every single time. So even now as an adult, when I don't know things, I'm not going to go straight to Google. I'm going to think about it for a little bit. I'm going to ask a few people about it, and then maybe I'll go to Google later. But that quote hit me. I was like, that they hit him right on the nose with that one. You know, Albert Einstein was a genius. So anything he says, I believe. Okay. Okay. This one, I think we all should take note. I'm gonna write this one on my wall too. When you take the time to become a changed thinker, you are investing in yourself. Now, we all know how hard it is to change, or how hard the decision to change was. But now that we've been on the journey for a little bit, we kind of understand why we made that decision. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't get hard, and that we still have to change the way that we think about certain stuff. It's like an ongoing process where we're like, damn, I gotta change that too. Like, for real, how many times we think we're getting there, and then like something pops up and you're like, all right, I gotta change a little bit. I gotta grow a little bit more. And I think that sentence right there, we should use as a reminder to ourselves every time it gets harder, or we're like, well, I don't want to grow right now. It's not time for me yet, which is like total bullshit. We're just lying to ourselves. But every time that we decide to change, we're making that investment into the woman that we want to be, the woman that we see ourselves at, whether she's that 6-7 figure trader, or she's that chairwoman, or if she owns 10 different businesses. Okay. Whatever it is that your heart desires, when you decide to do that and change the way that you think about anything, no matter how small it may seem in the moment, you're investing in yourself every single time. Okay. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna like all of them, to be honest. But so the next thing that stuck out to me was, a human mind with the ability to think well is like a diamond mine that never runs out. I'm gonna say it again. A human mind, with the ability to think well, is like a diamond mine that never runs out. So, you know how the world kind of like runs on money and shopping and women with diamonds and all that extra shit. It's hard to find diamonds, or even like when we talk about oil mines, like they're always looking for more and for more and for more. And when you become a great thinker, when you invest in your brain and your thinking and how much you can expand it, you're never going to run out of the gems, right? Out of the ideas, out of the brainstorming that you need to do, the business plans. Your leadership skills are different. Now you can really pull leadership skills from years ago that you've learned for a long time. Like, our mentors, they have skin in the game. They've been here for 4 or 5 years, but they can tell you about some of their leadership experiences from 4 years ago. And it's completely different from maybe things that they do right now. But they've trained themselves to become great thinkers to the point where they're never running out of ideas. If anything, they're cultivating more on a daily basis, whether it's from, the personal development that they've, consumed, that now they just spring up wells and wells of stuff, or they're continuing to talk to more people and their network is growing and they're meeting other people with bigger ideas. Okay. Now, here are some things on how to become how to think bigger or better, right? Number 1, expose yourself to good input. Now, this is reading a book, listening to audios, or spending time with other good thinkers. Number 2, expose yourself to good thinkers. Some of us still have, friends and family that we love and we cherish, but they're maybe not the best thinkers out there. So we need to expand our network in other ways, expose ourselves to other people, more people who have the gems that we need. And these are also people who you see that they constantly want to grow. Number 3, choose to think good thoughts. And this one for me is really like, it's hard, but it's something that I implement in my life because I do think negatively a lot, whether it's about myself or other people. Like, y'all, sometimes I walk around scared for no reason. Okay. But I've learned to do this thing, which is kind of funny, right? My boyfriend laughs at it all the time. But anytime I feel like a thought creeping into my mind that I don't believe is mine, or I don't want to adopt that type of thinking, I literally go, I'm like, go away. Like, I don't want to think about that type of negative shit right now. Like, that's not mine. And then I'll say a couple of like great things out loud. Like, I am powerful, I'm beautiful, I believe in myself, just so that like that negative thought really like runs the fuck away. But it happens, and something that they say that helps you with choosing to think good thoughts is setting the time to think. As weird as that sounds, like you schedule a time to think of good things. It could be in the car while you're driving. It could be, in the shower. Anytime that you have that you could just set to the side and think and do it intentionally, And I was like, well, I'm a Pisces, so it's definitely going to be in the shower for me. Like, it works. And then number 4, act on your good thoughts. We all know nothing happens if we don't take action. We can think all the most amazing things in the world, have all of these great ideas, but nothing changes until we start, putting our big girl panties on and doing the thing. Number 5, allow emotions to feed good thoughts. Now, I thought this one was a little weird for me. I was like, how can you do that? But the way that I believe is, when you're in that state of gratitude or you're feeling good or great and your day is just amazing, take that time to think about more good things, more great things. What else can you be grateful for? Take advantage of those moments when you're feeling like really good. All right. Number 6, repeat the process. Simple. I was like, yep, because, you can't just do it once and think everything's going to be fine and dandy. Life does not work that way. Shoot, I wish. But, it's good. Repetition is good. They say it takes 21 days to develop a habit, right? So of course we're repeating the whatever the good habit is every single day. So of course we're going to have to do that with everything, especially like, we repeat ourselves on a daily to our kids. We're always telling them not to do this, not to do that, or to do this or do that. Believe in yourself. Because I can't tell you how many times my son be like, Mommy, I can't do that. I'm like, that is not a word that should be in your vocabulary, sir. I'm like, we can do all things. You may need a little help, but we can do all things. And, the more we repeat whatever it is that we need to repeat to our children, the more that they get it, the more that they understand, the more that they can make better decisions on their own. So, yeah, I do have more gems, but like I could save it for another day. We've been here for a little bit of a while now. Did you guys like this? Did you get some value from it? Drop a 7, please, and thank you. If you're gonna go read this book or listen to it, drop an 8. I know that Ashley was on here. She said she had to go. Marquia, I would love to hear about her experience. She said she would be back next week. Yes. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited that our community continues to grow. I'm thankful for you ladies that showed up tonight. And I'm glad that I'm able to, still give you some value, because y'all, this is hard. I'm gonna see maybe who we can get next week for sure, because I think it's time that y'all see somebody else's face. I love y'all, but I want to hear from someone else too. So I'm gonna go through my Rolodex and see who I can get. So thank you guys for joining. And if you have any other gems that you want to drop in the chat, let the ladies know what you got from this call, and I will see you next Tuesday.